Today, I'm ranking the last 10 BOA San Antonio champions, going all the way back to 2016. I did the rankings based on who I would pick in a mega San Antonio championships, with all 10 going head to head. Unlike my rankings videos, this is purely opinion based. I'm not going based on what those other judges thought. I'm not going based on any of that, just what I think. So, let's get into it. At number 10, I do have CTJ 2017. This could be an unpopular pick, considering like CTJ 2017 was like one of the first super like modernized shows really we have seen win. It was kind of like the BOA's version of Blue Coats 2016. But putting it head to head against these other shows, it's just the drill isn't hard enough, the music isn't hard enough, the music isn't engaging enough. That could be a hot take, but overall, I mean, the other shows just have more to offer, so I gotta have it here at 10. And also, gotta say, this is a very, very small sample size. Like, all of these shows are amazing. I'm gonna have shows that are objectively incredible in the bottom half of this. That does not mean these shows aren't incredible. All right, I love these shows. It's tough to compare great to great, right? Obviously, if we're comparing this to their year, it's going to be almost all first place, in my opinion. But just had to get that out of the way, because I know some of you going to be taking this personally. It ain't that deep. Moving on to 9th place, I do have Flower Mound 2018. I really enjoy this show. It's actually one of the first shows I've ever listened to, and it's amazing, really. But again, when compared to the other shows, the drill, it just doesn't do it. The ballad also kind of drags in this show. And 2018 was kind of a weak year for BOA San Antonio in general. But overall, it's a good show, but I'm not sure that I could place it any higher than the other bands here. Now we start to get into where it gets tough. Number 8, I think realistically, making this list, you could have number 8 go as high as number 3 if you really wanted to. I think there's a clear top 2, and I think for me, there's a clear bottom 2. 3 to 8 could go anywhere, but I am going to have Flomo 2016. It's a great show. This is an absolutely great show. The drill is so clean. Music is awesome. I don't know what happened. I just have to bring this up. This scored like a 93.3. All the other years around it were like 96s, 95s. I think the next lowest is 95.95 on this list. I don't know what happened. And second place was like a 91. Like, I don't know. I wasn't around at that time. I was like in elementary school when this show happened. Inform me. Why was the scoring so low? Anyway, I just think I gotta kind of value technique of the other shows higher. Really, this show I feel like could have pushed itself more. It was Flomo's first ever win, so I guess it pushed itself to its limit for what it was. But I feel like the other shows are more challenging and are more engaging. Again, very opinion based. All right, controversial pick here. Number 7, I've got Hebron 2025. Field Trip comes in at number 7. And again, this is what I was saying. This is about how good the bands ahead of it are, because this show is insane. I was even thinking about making an entire like short video about how people are like hating on this show, like in my TikTok comments. If you're not on the TikTok, go follow. But people are like, this show's all park and bark and it's not impressive. Like, what are you guys talking about, bro? Go watch the closer. I might actually, like, I can't put it up on the screen, obviously, for copyright reasons. I'm not trying to get my channel taken down, okay? Because you guys know they're watching. But anyway, the other shows ahead are better structured, to say. There are some shows that are more technical. There are some shows that are better shows when you, in the grand scheme of things, even if they aren't as technical, they're just so, like, elegant, bro. You know what I mean? But anyway, I've got Field Trip at number 7. Going on to number 6, it's Flomo 2024. Again, people are going to hate on me for this pick. Okay? It's tough. It's tough to make a top 10 list, bro. You make yours yourself after this, bro. I feel like in a head-to-head, the other 5 that I haven't listed yet would probably be able to beat this show. And I know this show scored, I think, the show would have placed 4th out of the 6 that are available right now, but I don't know. Different judges, different nights. Ballad is awesome for this show. Structure is really good. I just can't have it higher than the other 5, right? I mean, if you guys are keeping up with who's available, you guys would probably agree with that statement. Anyway, number 5, I have Odyssey FM. Based on just technical abilities, this show is probably number 2. But again, structure is a big part of what a show is. And these other bands ahead, some of them aren't really going for technique, I would say. They're shooting more for, beauty. It's just a different style than what Hebron's going for, but this show is crazy. I would probably have this at number 4 if Haley wasn't dragging her feet, but it kind of knocks it down a peg. Anyway, going on to number 4, Vandy 2023. This is another one where it's like it could be higher. The 3 shows ahead are, I feel like the 3 shows ahead are, 1, more like historically impactful, potentially, and 2, all 3 of them are cleaner in my opinion. I know people love this Vandy show. I do too. I liked how well executed and thought out every single thing was. The drill was pretty hard, but compared to the other 3, I'm not sure I could say it's harder drill. And yeah, I think this is where it's going to land. At number 4, Flomo 2025. This show has potential to jump into the top 2 if it wins Grand Nats, right? It would be the only show to ever go undefeated with Texas State, BOA San Antonio, and Grand Nats. The only show ever to do that. So I think it'd probably go number 2 or number 1 for me if it ends up doing that, just because of how historic that accomplishment is. But it's got to go at number 3. Comparing it to Field Trip, I do think Flomo probably should have gotten the win. I could see arguments for both sides. I think Flomo, just based on how the scoring is, I don't really know how they lose GE in prelims and finals, right? Music GE was so much lower than Hebron. Visual GE really did save them in a big way, as it should, right? Like, I think the music really, really, really matches the show and the design, and this show, I can't really imagine it to be better designed, right? Unless you're going for something like what Secret World and Pinstriped are, which they're up there in the top 2. The show isn't going for that. The show is going for, like I've said, elegance. And it doesn't mean it doesn't have those other factors in it, like technique, musically, visually, and all the other shebangs. But when compared to the other 2 shows, I personally like what they have to offer. At number 2, it's Secret World. This is an absolutely awesome show, start to finish. There is not a moment in this show that is down or feels like it needs work or anything. From like a pure analytical perspective, this show is awesome. From a fan perspective, this show is awesome. Pretty much any way you slice it, this show is incredible. It was ridiculously groundbreaking at the time, and it beat the Grand Nats winner that year. And they set the record for highest score at San Antonio, has been broken, as we have mentioned, and would have won Grand Nats easily. And I mean, what else more could I even say? Design-wise, the show is great. I love where just this show is such a design masterpiece. I can't have it any lower, which means number 1, you guys knew it was coming. Pinstriped. Do I have to say more? The show is the most ridiculous, insane, alien thing you'll ever see. Sure, the ballad kind of dragged. I mean, it didn't even though. Like, maybe that's just me saying that because I've overplayed it so much, but I mean, just absolutely insane what they're able to do. Had to be a number one. I'm sure you guys saw that one coming. It's the best show, high school show I've ever seen, and it probably will stay that way for a long time. Anyway, that's my list. A lot of things could change. Realistically, if you're doing this list, you could move around anything from 3 to 8, and I think you'd be sound. But actually, I mean, if you have Vandy to 2023 at 8, I'd be a little bit concerned. And same with Flomo. So I mean, but I could see an argument for Flomo 2016 to go at 3. I could see that argument. I could see an argument for anything 3 to 8 to go 3. But yeah, this was a really difficult list to make. There's so many good bands, good shows, and I feel like all of the shows in the bottom half need to move up. I feel no, you know what? Not even. I feel like every single show on this list needs to move up, but then that means I have to move someone else down. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. Predictions for BOA Granettes coming soon. Also rankings coming soon. I haven't done the graphics for it, but I've done the rankings already, so that should be out either really late tonight. Probably no way it'll be out tonight, but tomorrow. Hopefully, I can double up on uploads for tomorrow and get rankings and predictions. But predictions could be moved back to Wednesday. We'll see. Yeah, be patient with me, guys. Sorry, I'm only one person doing it all by myself. But yeah, that'll be it for me.